Wukong. Wukong has a later spike than Poppy as well. So Poppy gets Standard Sky, which is cheaper than Trinity Force. So she gets the spike earlier. They got the first dragon as well. Like, they have winning lanes, straight up. Oh my... Okay, it has started. It has started. It has started. Velia has been blocked out of every fucking objective, and he's been invaded. Pepper is family members. Ooh! Okay, the flash? Holy shit! Oh no, oh no, oh no. They took the flash, they took the ignite, they took the kill as well. Kill on Varus, really strong. Very close to Blood the Ruin King. Listen, I don't stand most of stream girls that just... We do not win early game. Never on Los Ratones. We lose early to win late. That's how it goes. Where's the reflect? Where's the reflect? Where's the reflect? There's a... What did he reflect exactly? That's gank from Velia. I'm like, what did he reflect exactly? The rat comfort zone. Yes, sir. Farm the Bausch pushed. LR actually pulled into river, which is very clever. Because you know there's no threat from the Gwen. Oh, there's threat here. There's threat here. We have no flash, no flash, no flash, no flash. No flash. Oh, nice dodge from Venur. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, shit. We're out, we're out, we're out, we're out. We're out. Nice. We're out. But we give up Drake for this trade. Nyeh. Nyeh. We give up Drake for this trade. Sorry, chat. What's happening here? Nothing. Are we contesting? Are we contesting? Are we contesting? Okay, okay. Pantheon flash, Pantheon flash, Pantheon flash. Can we catch a nice... Oh, the reflection on the Q. Okay. Oh, the charm from Nemesis. Damn, that reflection on Ari Q looked weird. It just went like this. Like the characters here, and then it went back and forth. That was so weird. Oh no. Oh, 7. 3-0, Gwen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Feels like most of the pro AD carries can't play him very well. The poke build, I don't think is that complex. The on-hit build is way more complex because it's quite short range for an AD carry when he's on hit. We lost bot lane tower for what? Can we get something on the other side? We lost bot lane tower and the jungle top. Okay, push mid. Push mid. The player streams are like 1:30 ahead of live streams. That might be on the players, by the way, Joker. I don't know if the organizers are happy about this. Oh no, Crowny. Oh shit! Oh shit! Reckless! Reckless! Huge! 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 2 kills! 2 kills! Can we get Mel? Can we get Mel here? Jumped out! Nice! Venur too far! Venur too far! Venur too far! Can we punish? Can we punish? Got 2! Got 2! I can't tell you who loves the game the most, but I love the game a lot. Wait, Baus is a minute and a half ahead? Oh, shit. Nice. No, wait, not nice. What the fuck? Oh, no. We overextended here. Pantheon! Do you have W? Sivir, Sivir, Sivir. Chronic clears. Double kill. Oh, no. Are you supposed to be unbiased? What? I'm NLC. What unbiased? Hell nah. Hell nah. I'm LR and Nord all the way. Hell nah. Until the time I have to cast them on semifinals and finals, perhaps, I am biased as fuck. Okay. We force W. Okay, nice. No W. Doesn't matter though. We need to somehow get that top lane tower. We start in the refill? I mean the Atakan? Oh, nice pick, nice pick, nice pick, nice pick. Random down. Nice, Reki. Nice, Reki. Huge. Taking Atakan here, and now we're even in gold. Even in gold. Well, even in gold for the rest of the map. I don't think this Shogun will ever be even in gold. Oh! Wait! I take it back! I take it back. I take it back. All me chat, by the way. I don't like getting sandwiched like this. Vistom is right behind us. Vistom is right behind us. We're getting sandwiched here. We're getting sandwiched here. Oh, no, the Sivir, the Sivir. Okay, they can't cross. They can't cross. Reckless and Bowser play bodyguard. Reckless and Bowser bodyguards. Reckless and Bowser bodyguards. Can we kill Venur? Oh, we cannot chunk. We cannot chunk. Holy shit. Nemesis? That was it. Nah, that position is sucked there, man. We kind of got ourselves sandwiched. We should have played a little bit further down, I believe. Play a little bit further down. Let them enter river. Right. TP back. TP back. Care the Gwen. 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 Oh, no. No, no, no. Villa dead. Villa dead. Villa dead. Nemesis, you got me? Nope. Oh, no. What's happening, chat? Chat? Yeah. Ay-ya! Gwen is immune. Ay-ya! We just lost soul. We just lost soul. For someone with experience, is KHK a good tag to say while casting, or does it feel off for you? It's kind of difficult because it feels like 3 words. We're saying 3 words. KHK. Now it's an X biggest fan. I'm washed. I'm washed. Unlucky. I mean, you got me? We need to get a pick here. We need to get a pick here. Veli has a nice angle. Veli has a nice angle. Oh, nice Q. Okay, we found the virus. We found the virus. No, 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 no. We're split. We're split. We're split. We're split. We're split. We're split. One's going on the virus. One's going on the... Okay, okay. We got Mel. We got Mel. Can we get the virus too? We can get the virus too. Oh my god, he's astral gliding. Okay, we got him. Gwen in our base. Gwen in our base. Gwen in our base. Gwen in our base. Now I saw your Grogu shirt. Give me one of those. Deal. That's actually an old Primark shirt. And the... TP coming in from Gwen. TP, nice flash from Crowny. Nice flash from Crowny. Played front to back. Played front to back. Played front to back. One down. One down. Played front to back. Played front to back. Bao's playing distraction here. Good flash. Good flash. Got Venur. Got Venur. No W. No W. No W. Flash after him. We have no flash. We have no flash. We have no flash. We have no flash. Vele, you got me. Vele, you got me. You and Kanavi. You and Kanavi. Okay, we got Elder. We got Elder. And them. We lost fight with Elder. We lost fight with Elder. We lost fight with Elder. Oh no! Oh. Wait, Nemesis died with flash up? No. And this Pantheon fucking die, bro? Like, what is this? What? Riot! What is this champ? Oh, GG. GG.
Isn't a 100% sure engage ever, unless maybe it's Tracing playing her a little bit more in the earlier stages, and then late game we get like this infinity stones moment where if all of them are together they actually get it done. But oh, we're fighting already.
Here's some early plays and an early flash engage from Reckless, and it's first blood for Crowny. Lovely setup by the Rats. They slam him against the wall and take Jesper down.
And that is something that I didn't really expect with the amount of setup that Kaufland already had. But yeah, if you're going to be greedy, I think Reckless is one of those players who will immediately know the angle to punish you. And that will then end with Jeskla, an early grave back to his fountain. But Rebel is still looking to maybe contest his dragon.
You still have Adam down on the bot side as well. Can look to try and stifle Crowny to steal away. The Wukong walks away with the objective. Wisdom, he's going to have to walk away now. But still, so it's first blood without the extra gold. Remember, it's been stripped away from that feat of Warfare, as it were. And that first Ratones, they have them on the ropes right now.
You do see that there is a little bit of, I don't want to call it hesitation, but oh, well, we're fighting
That's
first.
not hesitation. We know Val's certainly not one to hesitate. They've got a lovely catch onto Venor, and they'll pick up the Yorick kill. Velia taking his credit there and steps right back to the Grubs.
But the point that I was trying to go and make here is the fact that they need all 5 members of Lost Ratones here on the top side of the map to make this Voidgrub
on that area. LR has a great vision coverage right now. Hangry Knights are going to try and clear some of it out, but they might end up in another 3 versus 3 or a 4 versus 3 right now. But now the TP being called in, Nemesis has been subbed in to make this one even, and Hangry Knights are backed right off. Still on vision right now. Reckless flashing in, wants to take advantage. Lovely Magnet Storm. The clone is caught up. Rabble on the edge, holding the shots. Is Crowny. The 4 shots of Wisdom. Barely doesn't find it, but Nemesis is in. Scoops back one, and Hui goes down. The Azir is traded, but here's the second engage. LR smell blood in the jungle, and they find kill after kill. Another aggressive move, and the vision is so paramount in this game, Sim.
So apparently it was all onto Kaufland to not spot out these signature wards of Lost Ratones that they had placed a little bit deeper, and maybe they didn't think that Reckless could have gone there. Reckless knowing when to press that go button, everything else just speaks for itself. Beautiful orchestra of plays, and when we talk about the Infinity Stones, even with Bao's
in Venor's favor as well, but we can see already that the Eclipse is in, and they're not going as badly as they were before. The lane was pretty tragic for Bao's. He is stabilizing a bit. Velia with another stun. Reckless over the wall, of course, to follow it up. There's the Keeper's Verdict. The tank's doing the damage. Rabble ignited, barely trying to slip away. He is going to survive, and Reckless now the one in a bit of danger as KNK come around the corner. Wisdom finds it. Nemesis, Velia dropping low. Lost Ratones. They couldn't find the target they needed, and they're the ones losing 2 players.
And in my opinion, the unsung hero of this fight is basically Jeskla. Because normally we don't necessarily see AD carries make themselves jump in front of their tanks or like their supports to help and save their lives, but Jeskla's positioning, making sure he was also in between the curtain call shots, so there was no way for Crown Shot to also pick up Rebel, was an amazing play of like map awareness, knowing where to go as an AD carry, not necessarily to deal maximum damage.
We're going to see Wisdom and Rabble try to find their way back in, because so far Lost Ratones have been able to stifle them in the act, but now Baus maybe on the wrong side of town separates himself once again, maybe try and dash over the wall, actually just going for the 1v1 on Rabble, and of course that Wukong not looking too good after that previous fight, but will have to go down bot lanes. There's a dive afoot. Sim Reckless calling the shots once again. They don't have any damage. Now Velia with the stun. Nemesis sliding in with the Emperor's Divide to pick up that first kill. Baus fell on top side, but LR are finding the kills down bot. Nemesis falls under the tower. Wisdom cannot dodge the Crowny shots, and that's a 2 for 2 across the map.
Slight miscommunication there, probably between Nemesis and Velia, in who was going to take that final tower shot, because, well, I feel like Velia probably could have taken that. Nemesis in the end goes down to it. But hey, in the end, Lost Ratones is of course a team that the moment that multiple players get pulled toward one side by Baus, they have to make the cross-map play happen. And in this scenario, we do instantly see once again that trigger being pulled, Reckless the first one going in, and the follow-up just cleanly following as well. It's just that the execution in the end could have been a little bit more flawless. But we're in a game 2.
The execution, though, actually just skates him right out of danger. The turret, definitely still not long for this world, and the charge might come through for the Herald onto this inner turret, but LR, they've had time to get in position. Maybe they can rebuff them.
We do see exactly the same tactics coming out from Hangry Knights, knowing that Baus can be a link that you can target, which Lost Ratones has issues with. Okay.
Onto Crowdy, who survives for now at the very least, but Baus is the one caught up on the front line. Rabble just steers the Herald into the wall, but gets himself out of danger right there. It's not going to find another charge, but still another kill. After all that, Baus still goes down.
The Rift Herald has...
Baron 5 minutes, Dragon in 2.5. We can't afford to be throwing away objectives at this point in the game. The Atakan started basically on spawn by the Hangry Knights. In come Los Ratones, rotating as fast as they can.
Yeah, teleport coming in from Baus. He doesn't have his ultimate quite yet available, but they do have to fight soon.
Reckless caught on the flank, the Crown the ultimate from way back, and the Atakan's been taken. Rabble was knocked away, but not in time to deny the objective, and now Los Ratones still on the front line, thinking if they want some more Hangry Knights, look like they might be ready to stand toe-to-toe. Crowdy fishing with a deadly flourish, cannot hate them up, but KHK, they've already got what they came for. They've got the Atakan. Well-minded manner, they did not lose their heads, and they managed to get back here, and now a TP in from way impact. They're trying to pull the trigger on this Drake. It's not even a sole point, but Los Ratones again going in. Reckless finds one, but not that much on the front line. He's surely going to go down. Wisdom traded, and Baus now. There's a knockaway. Welia has removed one of the threats. Rabble again, but it was just the clone. Half HP, and Nemesis still on the flank. Los Ratones have a good position in the pit right now. The Maiden's still there. It's going to come down to a smite fight. In comes Nemesis. Another pickup, and Nemesis goes down without even getting to press a button. It's a disaster for Los Ratones. No objective, no flank, and they're running for the hills.
This is, of course, a disaster for Los Ratones, because even with the absolute perfection in positioning when it comes to Nemesis, he was permanently looking for that flank, trying to get as many carries as possible with a possible Shurima shuffle, but the instant...
In the Baron River, again, a lovely vision line. They've got set up nice and early. KHK with more focusing on the bot side. Random may be caught out, though. No flash on this guy. If they can get into range, Nemesis looking for it. Reckless around the corner. Lovely stun into wall from Velia, and that's going to be a clean pickup on the way. Bit of damage onto Nemesis, but he's safe for now. The rotation from Kaufland cannot find an answer.
It took a lot of time for Kaufland to get everyone over there, so this is one of those pickoffs that they really need to get tempo back into the game, and you also see that because of that the gold deficit that was like 1.5k for Kaufland has now been diminished to like 1000 gold again, because at the same time we're playing the macro fairly well Los Ratones side.
Nemesis, oh my goodness, flashes the wall but misses the ultimate. Surely will pick up Venora on the backside, but again, it's looking a little messy, a little sketchy for Los Ratones now. We cannot deny they still got to pick in the side lane, got to pick in the other side lane. They have managed to actually devise a pretty sizable gold swing off just these two. Now with the gold now slightly in LR's favor, as they've started the Baron, by the way, just as an update for everybody. It is going to get checked by the Ezreal ult, so Kaufland can respond. Now LR, are we going to stick it? Are we going to smite fight again? That has not been going your way today. Velia is going to peel off. I know that seems like a bad idea. Baus looking for damage on the front line. Wisdom down to half. Crowny roots onto Venor, but random over the wall with a big way ultimate. Reckless has to get out of there. He can't lock them up anymore. Baus is doing what he can in the thick of it, but the Crowny ultimate as well slows down Kaufland. It's very tense in the mid lane. Just looks for more. Nemesis is in. It's traded. Baus now can punish the way coming out of stasis. Oh my word, the clutch plays again. 2 for 2, but HK are straight onto the dragon.
They instantly saw that the rest of the fight was lost, and they just hoped that Random and Jeffstra could salvage the part that they could do, but no, it's Los Ratones that also starts knocking through this door. Is this a fight you even want to take?
Has Crown, he's already had to drop the cleanse. He needs to stay safe in this fight. Baus doing what he can once again. Velia not quite there yet. Venor has taken down the Umbessa. What can Crowny do with the execute? Flashes out of the cage. Rapples in. One more Q will do it, but the knockup from Velia. Crowny has fallen. The jungler's going at it looking for a wall stun, but he slides to safety. Rabble will skip back to the mid lane turret.
So now I do feel like there's still a little bit of panic in the play of Los
Ratones. Has got so much damage in the inventory. It's very, very tense around the Baron right here.
I believe they've also spotted out that there's a nice split between players of Los Ratones. There's 2 players on the mid side, whilst there are 3 on the other side, so you can just collapse on them as 5, and that is the plan that Hangry Knights want to follow.
There's them looking for it, but he can't clip them with the Solar Eclipse. No slows for LR, and they can reposition. An ult off the board for KHK. Rabble to try and punish LR as they try to reposition. Still got the root, but a flash away from Wisdom. They've actually found the jungle in the front line. Can they lock him up for the first time? There it is! Velia with the killing spree. Wisdom abandoned. Crowny's shot lands true. And LR, for the first time in a long time, get a clean win with no downside.
This is for now how the trade has ended, but we know that if you start Baron, there isn't necessarily the reason why Hangry Knights would not stop contesting this. They know that they have a lot of artillery. You have an Ezreal and a Wei. They can just stay on the... They can keep their distance and make sure you get poked out. Yeah. But even that's not enough.
Velia got it. Random was dropping very low on mana, and Jessler couldn't find the angle. No roots from Venoran. Lost Ratones with a second wind in this second game. Now up to 4K.
Team fights, and there are still possibilities to overload one side of the map, try to get a pick onto Nemesis, or if the Reds are going
with the two-lane push. KHK moving as a unit, a little gank squad looking for anyone, putting a toe out of line, and Venor, in fact, now the Yorick is coming into its own. Crashing through that top lane tower. LR trying to use the quick Baron recalls. They will get back to base, so should be able to save that and hit the tower. Maybe not long for this world. Nemesis wants to commit to it. Gets a flash out for the ultimate. Lovely little pick by Nemesis. No hesitation from the Azir.
I wonder if Venor could have actually started contesting that, but no, we're now seeing double TP incoming mid, knowing that Nemesis isn't there yet, but we're not getting anything out of that except for the position. Oh, and they know where Nemesis is because of the blue ward.
Oh, but it's a route onto Rabble once again. This worked well for them, clearing out the jungle before anything starts, and Nemesis takes the credit. Baus holding Venor at arm's length. Random tries to solve it, but he can't get his hands on the Ambessa. Yorick chasing the Baus down. Reckless looking for an angle. Finally, the Ambessa's locked in the cage, and Random will claim his man. 1 for 1 so far. It's top for jungle, but the dragon for LR. We're going to a 7 Drake games here.
You cannot just relinquish this dragon over to your opponent if you're Lost Ratones in this scenario. Like, you cannot just give them that soul for free. So Baus, he's just going to be the sacrifice required to make that happen. But look at the amount of pressure that the Hangry Knights can get over mid lane because of that. It is really nice that they maybe cannot get the inhib, so there's no free pressure for the Baron, which is
lovely engaged by Velia. Double knockoff on both the carries. Random has to go to stasis. Jessica ease away. Wisdom's going to get caught up. Crowny can deal with this Leona.
Oh, Velia.
And the rest of the stuns come through. Random now caught KHK with a very aggressive shove down mid, but they get run down by the rats and they only lose more for it.
Yeah, and maybe you would have thought with that mid lane play that if Hangry Knights can actually get out of this unscathed, it is fairly easy to set yourself up a winning position with either the Baron flip or Venor once again starting a split push. Then it's like the super minions are in, but no.
Just in time to engage the 1v3 that Nemesis is low-key handling right now. KHK, what a turn in the waters. Crowley with an ult across the bow. Can he pick up any of these members? Could open the door for a game win. He's trying to backstep it. He gets out of the Venor. He's been jiggle peeking too long, and Nemesis comes in for the credit. The turrets are starting to fall.
Nema is never in a 1v3 situation. He has his Sand Soldiers to back him up, so that makes it an even situation. You know that.
LR now retreating out of the base, not going to overstay their welcome, but they take the inhib down in mid lane. As they might not have control of all the topside vision, but they do have the pit under control.
And we see a Hex Flash coming out from Velia and two people walking up way further than they should in the mid lane.
On to Yorick though, and Yorick does not have a way to get out of this one. Bouncy is in deep, he's in the 1 versus 4. He's massive on the Ambessa right now, gets away from the Hui, just about no Random tags him. A 1 for 1. And Venor managed to escape from all of that nonsense, so it's wisdom for Baus at the end of it.
Yeah, Baus of course wants to go really deep, making sure that no one can instantly collapse on the rest of their backline while they're trying to whittle it out back to front. But I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. If you give over your life, you're also like one Baron buff going to miss out, but or like that you're going to miss out on. Then again,
they could threaten to do the same here. Reckless, Crowny, they were very good at holding down that front line, but Kaufland are assembled in this river. Crowny has to flash away straight away from the Rabble ultimate, and a flash from Velia too to escape Wisdom. It's a little messy right now, but KHK, they are standing together, and Lost Ratones spread across the river looking for an opening.
We also see a teleport incoming from Nemesis. He wants to end the game whilst the rest is fighting.
Oh, Nemesis going for the end. That's why KHK are going to be in a bit of disarray. Wisdom on the front line going to get picked apart by Crowny. Reckless is in to lock them down. A stun on the wall from Velia. Lost Ratones put KHK's head on a swivel, and Nemesis is going for the end, but Venor and Random are going to find him, not before the trade! Nemesis takes down one, he's looking for two, flash away from the Yorick goes golden, and Velia and the rest of Lost Ratones are picking apart Kaufland. Nemesis strikes in the base, 2v1, towers down, Lost Ratones stay in the series.
I do feel that if we're talking
Shaking
about...
your head in disagreement. What are your thoughts at this moment?
I think the Hangry Knights have just thrown this one out the window. They had some
much
options.
this early in the game, but it does make for the fact that he is level 3 now, and if Rebel wants to make something happen on the mid lane early on, this is now also an option that has opened up, instead of just looking for the 3v3 possibilities on the bot lane.
Yeah, and that bot lane going heavily for Crowny and Reckless there, dodging out the Wisdom Hook and then burning the heal on the dash forward. So Lucian Nami starting to get rolling here, and the first blood as we turn away just like that. Crowny and Reckless snap it up. Now, we have had confirmed for production. We will have a replay to roll to show that first blood.
There. So it does throw a little bit of tempo away for him.
Yeah, certainly the bot lane prior for Los Ratones after this Crowny Reckless performance. Nemesis is in the area with the Hero's entrance available as well to slam down if needed. If someone gets hooked into the wrong spot, there's a Galio ready in the wings. But they're going for the engage instead. A flash in, double taunt, snap engage from Los Ratones, knocks random down before he has a chance to blink, and Los Ratones turn back on the Drake.
For the Hungry Knights, this is one of those moments that you'd really love to see that both junglers would be level 6, because with the Nocturne Paranoia, it's so much easier to get that ball delivery comp actually working. But now with the Nocturne still struggling to reach that level, still being level 5, it is of course in the moment as well that Velia is still level 5, so it isn't reasonable for both junglers to be at that point. But it should also mean for the Hangry Knights, it means that we see Voidgrubs do go down to Hangry Knights. That's something that we had expected with already the build-up from the last part, where it didn't really look like Los Ratones wanted to trade this anyway. Like, they just feel comfortable having that dragon, and if the enemy takes something away, that's completely fine to them. I don't know if this is fine to them on mid lane, though.
Yeah, now they've decided to bring some more assistance to this lane, and they have managed to make this one work. Nemesis is going to get clonked down in the 3 versus 1. Paranoia used the flash from Wisdom 2, and to be fair, the Galio is in the dirt.
But at the same time, we know Los Ratones, they don't like to sit idle. Normally, they like to...
Far deep in there, Wisdom around the corner could threaten to an LR target, but they drop the ward again. They sense, they see the timings, and Crowny's diving anyway. Backsteps on the hook, is looking for Corky, but the minion wave has arrived, making it a little bit sketchy. And Los Ratones backing away. They spent a lot of time here. Nemesis missing out on the taunt on the left side of your screen, but on the re-engage again, but this time it's onto Ravels getting popped down. Jeskla and Wisdom watching dumbfounded as blue team. The Los Ratones pick up the feat of warfare, 3rd kill on the board.
It is the eagerness from Los Ratones to keep this fight. And now that Nocturne getting a forced reset, even though he didn't necessarily have the paranoia up for last fight, does probably put a wrench into the plans of how you would normally like to transition your jungle. You really need to have this like daredevil mentality. You're not necessarily a Samira, but dashing forward, you are short range and you have a lot of burst damage. So if you dare to take these risks, knowing that your Nami is always there to back...
Spectre has loomed over large parts of Crowny's career. He had managed to break the Silver Surfer title and get that win in EMEA Masters last split with Los Ratones as Nemesis going to walk into Rabble here. Random's around the corner.
There's Velia.
Comes through. Velia's there as well to threaten on a re-engage with the Crescent Guard. But no around the corner. This Gnar threatening with a Triforce, but ultimately Velia just gets his mid laner out of trouble and backs away. Now the blue still being contested by Nocturne. Faust is in the base. Velia is going to have to try and steal this one, but I don't think you want to get stuck into a real fight here.
And it does leave us with the fact that this map is completely split in the way that on one side we see Los Ratones dominating with their teamfight after teamfight. Crowny showing a straight champion. You kind of know when he's going Mega Gnar and when you do and cannot fight him. If there's some off angles to be found by Kaufland, like maybe here on the top lane.
There's the Nocturnary combo onto the Bouse Jax. The Fear as well. Jumps back to a minion, desperately scrabbling for safety. A Counter-Strike will find one more stun. Rabble flashes in. Traded by Bouse. Gets away from the queue, so no speed up. Leaps to a ward, but Wisdom round the corner. Pops the ultimate, and Bouse almost slipped away, but Blitzcrank said no.
Everything you can do, I can do better. Just Bouse trying to keep everyone on the line, and then there's a Blitzcrank just walking in there like, yeah, maybe you have your funny movement speed boots. I also... does show a difference in team fighting capabilities when there's a Nocturne Orianna combo or just a Nocturne jumping on your back on, in case that Los Ratones are the ones instantly on it. They will spot out Crowny and Reckless here. And I thought it was maybe a play coming out, but no, it's Bouse.
Leap strikes into vision. Instantly, Paranoia comes on his head, fleeing towards the brush, but there's no way out from him. It's 4v5. Now Los Ratones have to make a snap decision. Looks like they're going for mid.
It is mid and top lane. They are splitting the play, knowing there are no teleports available to answer Nemesis. But Nemesis, he has been there for a while. He has teleport if his team needs it. But I'd say that Los Ratones at this point have considered all possibilities and said, sure, we can go all commit for this random Atakan, who just gives a little bit more extra stats. But the more thought out play is to just go for the towers, get ourselves some extra gold, get ourselves some free plays that we are able to get with Baus dropping on the bot side, and not try to take any more risks than necessary, because if we go full commit for this Atakan and it does blow...
Venora and Rabble greeting for a wave right there. Los Ratones need to pick a direction. They're going for the Gnar. Almost has the Mega. The Nami wave from Reckless coming in to slow them down. Over the wall he goes. The bubble doesn't connect. The double stun into the wall, but Los Ratones have the man advantage. They're going to pick up this nice kill. Shut down gifted to Crowny. A great decision by Los Ratones. And again, that time was Kaufland overstaying a little bit. They had the Atakan, chose to push a wave into a tower, and lost the shutdown for it.
Crowny is already sitting on both an Essence Beaver and the...
Rabble and Random potentially looking for another engage onto Crowny. Even just stealing a summoner for him before a big objective would be a lovely way to start. 15 seconds before the Hex Deck, and LR don't want to give another one away, but the hook lands and the engage comes in. But there's no one else to help Rabble. The two supports are standing by with Crowny. He still gets feared. Velia somehow alive on the front line, but Nocturne's going to get picked off here. Nemesis is in with the ultimate. He's found Random, forced the flash from the Orianna. Baus is recalling to try and catch Venor, but a hook onto Nemesis. Jessica looking for some damage. Velia back in. Nemesis on the follow-up again. Baus leaping forward. Crowny has already stepped back to the Drake, but the base of Los Ratones is under fire.
It is a difference in decision-making on both sides. Like, Los Ratones knows that if they're fighting a 4v5 and their backline is being blown to bits, they really need the help of Baus, so they instantly call them over to start helping them. But on the other side, we know that Kaufland is sitting in a position where the Hangry Knights are just, well, you can start doing that split push. We are fine if we blow away their backline.
Online, you've always got to be watching out for it.
Talking about map control, and I look at this mini-map, I see so many control wards put out.
Oh, they got them! Oh, they got them! Massive double pickup! It's exactly as we said, Sim. Crowny and Reckless knocked up in the blink of an eye, and the Baron is live.
And this is a really dangerous situation for Los Ratones, because it doesn't really feel like you can just give this Baron away. It's not that big of a difference. And the Baron buff, of course, is temporary. So as long that the Hangry Knights cannot instantly end the game with this Baron buff, you are still in it to win it, but you have to play it really carefully, play the turtle stance, and make sure you can defend your base. But it looks like the Los Ratones have a different plan if they're starting a fight on the bot lane.
They're going aggressively for Rabble again. Start focusing the jungler. Worked for him last time. Flash away goes the Nocturne. The Nami wave can't connect. Jeskla going to get stunned. Flash in from Baus for the double. They're going to find this Corki at least. Shut down for the Jax. Looking to hunt for Random, but turns back as check out the mid lane. Once again, it's Venor on the split.
Venor is only going to be held by Crowny. He is there on his own, and I don't know if the solo Lucian's going to be enough, if we're going to be fighting on the river.
Velia been caught now, but can he survive? Nemesis come around the corner. Not much damage, actually. The Xin weathers it pretty well, but Rabble, is he the one caught out? He's gone for the engage, but now comes the turnaround for Los Ratones. 50 seconds on the Hex Deck, 48 on the jungler for Kaufland. This is going to be very tight, Sim. Wisdom as well, trying to get to safety, but Nemesis, he's having none of it. The CC chain comes in and Crowny picks it up.
Also some strange decision-making coming out from the Hangry Knights, because we do see Venor in the end teleport towards the fight, but everyone is kiting back from the point where he is trying to... There's no real way for Hangry Knights to start contesting this dragon now.
Yeah, I mean, my bad, I guess. That's my fault.
To peel for you, and you are basically already in the middle of the enemy team, so it will still make for a difficult situation.
Engage onto Crowny once again. Here come the shields, and he's pushed into the resurrection already. Now Los Ratones need to buy him some space. They're onto Jessica. They've got one kill. Rabble abandoned. Crowny is now free and clear. No one else can contest him. Venor's on the split, but Baus is already watching. He's backing, maybe looking for a TP into mid lane. Nemesis has found another catch onto Wisdom, and LR turned back to find more kills. Random is chilling in the mid lane, trying to cut the wave. Los Ratones hunting Kaufland members.
But the expectation here was that Crowny would not be able to survive after Reckless also would have died. But that didn't happen. Like, the instant wombo combo went on the AD carry that actually still has a Guardian Angel, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference.
Venor now caught out. Baus and Nemesis with the stun. A knockback stops the combo. He leaps to safety. But this is just inevitable. Baus with the rocket belt picks him up with that extra bit of damage. And all of a sudden, Los Ratones, they've got full control. It must be said, Crowny He lost his
If
GM.
there are enough players around him that can keep him safe, even when Rebel is diving him, it shouldn't be that big of a difficulty. Oh, well, maybe the Hangry Knights are even giving it over.
Oh, tags fist him, and that Blitzcrank got nowhere to go. Absolutely free and easy for Crowny, so that extra pick threat has been taken off the board. It's all up to Nocturne Oriana now, and Los Ratones smelling blood in the river. Baron is a possibility.
alone.
They're going for Baus instead. It's the AP Jax, remember, trying to get back the safety of his team. Leap strikes in. Velia coming in to take over frontline duties. And Crowdy is on a rampage. Again, the play from KHK. It's desperate onto the split laner, and they can't even find that a flash away from Oriana. Velia hunting for even more with Reckless in the back pocket as Nemesis isolates the Gnar. Crowny doesn't even have to do anything in the rest of this fight. LR are marching down the mid lane.
You can't even blame the Hangry Knights to go for this initial play, because you do see a player on its own. You have the feeling that you can basically blow him to bits, just like what Velia is going to do to Random here, who is still on the run, hoping to find safety, but there was no safety to be found. But if you take out Baus there, you do set yourself up for a better situation. It's just that the entire Avengers is being called up once again by Los Ratones, and when it's a 5v5, it looks to be the end of the game as well.
That's gonna be it. They've got everyone in the base. The Knights, they came in so hangry tonight, but it is no ratatouille for them tonight. Not for Kaufland. Los Ratones white knuckle it through a 2-1 slogfest and reach the temporary sanctuary of the knockouts.
And keep in mind that even with this 6